Hi, this is Cecilia from Tarot by Cecilia, and this is your weekly tarot guidance for the week of January the 2nd through the 8th of 2017. Woo! Happy New Year, everyone. This is our first full week of the year. It's amazing. We always want to be done with one and start another and hope the new one is going to be better. I honestly feel this one is. There's just something about it, and I think we'll talk about the reasons over the course of the year, too. The different reasons that people think it's going to be a better year. Okay, but let's talk about this week, all right? On the 3rd, Venus will enter Pisces. On the 4th, Mercury retrograde is going to continue backward into Sagittarius for a little bit. Then on the 8th, Mercury will go direct. Woo, hallelujah. And hopefully that means when we get to next week, we start talking about moving forward in 2017. So, I have to tell you, first of all, my dear friend, Katie Stewart from 78 Tarot, sent me a deck of cards for review for you guys. It's their new Carnival deck. Oh my God, it's absolutely gorgeous. So that's what I'm using this week, okay? The artwork is incredible. You know how when you buy tarot cards, very often they're all just in that Rider-Waite theme. And if you didn't look twice, you might think it was the Rider-Waite deck. This is just so unique. And it still maintains the symbolism, but absolutely gorgeous artwork. Oh my goodness. So these are going to join the featured card of the day, and they'll be mixed in with them. And also what you're going to see coming up now that we're into 2017 is that I'm going to be adding individual artists as well. Some who have participated in 78 Tarot, but have created their own tarot decks so that we can really see what's out there and the uniqueness that is associated with each artist and their work. So I'm loving this. 2017 is going to be a really interesting year for the page and the blog, and I really look forward to bringing all of these to you. So now let's talk about what's going on here, shall we? I'm just like checking these out as I go along, with you. We're seeing them all together for the first time. It's like blessings, all right? You actually, just like coming into 2017 is a celebration in and of itself. So it feels more so like the year than just the week. But you're going to begin to realize at some point, each of you individually has to realize that the universe is indeed looking down upon you and bringing you blessings. They come in various degrees for everyone. I mean, we are all created equal, but we don't receive everything the same time, exact moment, whatever. But I'll tell you what's interesting here, okay? Something that we've brought forward with us. Relationships that stress you out. Choices that you need to make that are stressful. There is that, where you've been going with a certain, even if it's just one thing and it just drives you crazy, where you're going, I can't figure out what to do about it. Like, I've tried this, I've tried that, but it's something that's, maybe it is out of your control and you can't do anything about it. You're finally getting a new perspective. Oh my word. See, that's where you're like, okay, let's change it. Let's somehow change it, because you basically, it's like, think outside of the box. And that's not easy for everyone to do when you stop and you think about it, okay? It really, truly isn't. But this is about choices. And this may have to do with people in your life, whether it's personal or business related, because it has something to do with relationships. But you're just like, no, enough already. But this one thing, don't let it get you down. Don't let it snag you and hold you up. Because what I see here is your goals. I mean, everyone enters a new year with goals. Me, I try to always have goals and not, specify that they're just for the new year. I have been waiting with some simply because of Mercury retrograde. But, insofar as the goals, the biggest thing is that, security and stability that you need in your life. All right. Ever since the Pluto-Uranus squares began in 2012 and Saturn had gone into Scorpio, that foundation in your life was badly shaken, maybe even totally disintegrated for so many of you. So you're in that rebuilding mode, and that's what the goal is. Okay. So forget about the people. It's like, you know what? If there's anything and it feels like it's snagging you at the moment, leave it be. All right. I think that what this is trying to say here is that if you keep focusing on you and your solid base, that base is going to build you up to a point where you become what you need to be, and it will just, the universe is going to take you away from it. In other words, the whole situation. I would say take advantage of, these days that are left of the Mercury retrograde to review everything, organize everything. I wouldn't try to go making any major changes just yet. I'd say maybe after the 12th. Give it a few days, like 13th, 14th, somewhere in there, before you really start to, gain some ground. Because it's not going to leave shadow until the 27th. But there are things that you can start doing once it's gone direct. But certainly, yeah, get your priorities straight. I don't care if you're making lists or what you're doing. The Mercury alone, is like a creator of illusions. Things are a little foggy. So you do have to wait probably past this week to really start to see more clearly. But that's okay. That's okay, I have to tell you, because it changes. I want to say like the brightness comes in. I'm telling you, you're going to realize if you keep to what you have to do for you, you're going to know that the universe is going to bring you the blessings that you need. Okay? And not just, let me go have some fun kind of thing, but really feeling solid about a lot of things. The new approach, and perspective that you're taking, I'm going to say this year, because really this is like showing you how you're getting the year off on the right foot. Okay? It's about balancing things out in your life. All right? Especially on an emotional level. And that's good, because it shows me that while there have been things and there have been people that, continue to stress you out, that you don't know what to do about, that you yourself can be like this center of calm. But the calm is, it's almost like a resolve. It's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be me this year, and this is what it's all about. Yeah, there's no games here. No games. It's recovery time. This is amazing. I mean, this really is saying that you are taking the approach when you enter this week, new month, new year, I'm going to fix everything that's left. All right? Because remember, there was a list. You may have done something big on that list last year, maybe in like October, but you didn't get everything done. So there really is a no BS approach here. And I'm loving it for you, okay? Because what I'm seeing, first of all, when we talk about issues that you have, I always say clear away the little ones first. The ones that really nag at you, that you don't know what to do, set them aside and don't let them stress you out. Because I always say I have no problems, because problems have solutions and I have none of those. Okay, so as problems, issues, whatever, they start to work themselves out, you start to feel a little more relaxed, a little more centered, and have a lot more clarity. So you're able to tackle things. Now, some of these things are from your past, all right? And you're putting yourself in a much stronger defensive position. I'm telling you, this is a year of moving forward. Last year, while you may have moved forward and wound up in a different place by the end of the year, you were pretty much doing that old two-step, a couple steps forward, plenty of steps backward. Yeah, it was not fun. You still wound up in a better spot, but So drastic change, I mean really drastic change is coming for you, where you're just like clearing away the rubble of the past. You know, the good memories, yeah, you hang on to them, but the ones that you don't need, that you feel like you need to defend yourself against that ever happening again, clear it away. Get rid of that debris, and what emerges, ta-da! You have to see these cards. They are gorgeous. Oh my God, so wonderful to read. The new you, all right? The new you is beginning to emerge this week, this year. Don't think it stops here, okay? Just because maybe you poked a toe out into 2017, there's a lot more to come. Truly a lot more to come. I mean, you know, if you've been listening to the dailies as well, you know how I'm constantly in awe because I do all this stuff months ahead, all right? And then when we get to there, I'm like, oh, wow, how perfect is this, right? But that's what this is about. It's not your typical new year. It's not your typical new week. There is that unbelievable sense of moving on, all right? It's a journey that you may not be 100% sure about, but I'll tell you what, you've become, I want to say, a kinder, gentler person is the best way that I can put it. Because you have a plan, all right? But the plan is kind of shared with others. There's a great deal of sharing going on here. Sharing good times, sharing in the positives. This is good, all right? This is good. There's been too much division, and it's time for people to start to come together, if that's at all possible. And, you know, this year, this week, but it really, yeah, it represents so much learning. And, you know, you're never too old to learn more. I know I have people listening to me a good span of 60 years in age ranges, okay? And the way to do it is to be flexible. That's not always easy for everyone. I know, because I say it, or I say go with the flow. You know, some people just like want to tackle what's there and that's it. And then they kind of forget they have to balance things out. So it's important. We've talked about this for several months now, that taking your time, because you're going to get to where you need to be, but rushing it would probably mess it up. You need to really focus on your priorities in life. You know, learn the art of multitasking a little better. If it's not your forte, learn to do it a little bit more. Now, things that, oh my word, you know, so many want love. They want the abundance and the fulfillment of love, and it's part of their vision, but it's also part of their burden, and they've suffered a severe lack. Oh, you know, what this is saying is that it's out there. You know, romance isn't dead. Chivalry isn't dead. Unconditional love is not dead. It's all there. It's all available. The timing may not be quite right, but what I see with this and how I can best explain it, all right? Picture you and 10 other people that you don't even know, all right? You're all at a starting line, and you're going on your path. Now tell me, is that path straight? Probably not. Along the way, you encounter detours, you zig and you zag. So at some point, your path crosses with another. Maybe it was going off in other directions that were so far apart for a while, but eventually those paths come back together again. But there are things still left that you need to take care of, okay? And that's not in a bad way, all right? It's just that so much of this you've had to do by yourself, and that's not always easy, all right? But it apparently is the way of life. So that is part of what's going to change. You may even notice little things. So in other words, where, here we go, we have the lack, we have the, like the stalled life, all right? And it is in relation to something that has to do with love. You're giving birth to a new phase of change. I'm liking this, okay? Because what's going to happen is things are going to start to move forward and balance themselves out. I am like, yes, yes, yes. People will love this. They want to know that things are going to get better, that life is going to feel fair. So there's a great deal here, you know. It brings up patience, as always, you know, and it's like a double dose of patience here. But you're being given what you need to create the new beginning that you want, okay? Not just the clarity. Now, I want to say being more grounded. There's not, 2017 is not about lofty ideas. It's about being really down to earth and creating balance in your life. And you do that through many things by doing things in moderation. Because you notice the way we've been talking, there's no extreme. There's no room for extremes here. And that's not easy for everyone. I know I'm a Scorpio and, you know, queen of extreme. But even I have to remember sometimes things have to remain balanced, especially to make that creativity work. You know, patience may be needed for it to pay off, but, you know, it's there. It is definitely there. So your fairness is going to come. And what is important here is that whatever you're doing in your life, see, this starts with the plan, this reading, okay? So you need to be so extremely meticulous. I can't emphasize that enough, all right? So what it's saying here is if you're entering into this new year with a plan, don't think that you're going to wing it and it's just going to happen. It's saying make lists, draw diagrams, do what you have to do. It's important. I'm telling you, the new beginning is coming, the change is coming, and the balance is coming. The struggles ease up and you start feeling like you have cooperation from the universe, from others, and all of the hard work that you're putting in, all of the efforts that you're putting in, basically starting with this week, they are going to pay off, my friends. Oh, my word. And the payoff is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. To find the balance in your life, I think it takes you a few months, more than a few, all right? But you're going forward. You're not doing that two-step anymore. You're not going backward in any way. And I think that you're going to find that this year, starting now, is going to take you in that direction. And it's accomplished in increments, okay, in little bits. It doesn't all happen in a day. But the end result is a phenomenal one. And it's beautiful when you see the rewards that you receive. I'm liking this. So Happy New Year again. Hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to check out the Carnival Tarot from 78 Tarot. And you may also want to check out your guidance for your sign on Patreon for this month and all the other goodies that are there. So I want to thank you all for listening, and I'll see you here again next week. Take care.